This MTG box analysis will be for the February 10th opening of a Phyrexia All-Be-One Draft Booster Box. We'll be taking a look at the cards that were eligible to be pulled out of a Draft Booster Pack, and we'll compare that to the cards we saw during the opening. Then we'll take a look at the set coverage by Rarity, as well as Duplication. From a value perspective, we'll look at the value of the cards we could have seen in a Draft Booster Box. Then we'll look at the pre-release price trend for the entire set, and we'll break down the actual observed value in this box. Finally, we'll close it out with a summary. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box and at least 75 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level. Let's start things off by taking a look at what we were eligible to see in this box and comparing it to what we actually saw. This chart shows the foils that we saw in orange, the non-foils in green, and the cards we were eligible to see in gray. In the non-foil space, we saw a very small variance between the primary colors of Magic, with white having the least at 76 and green having the most at 81. Also in the non-foil space, we saw 11 showcase and 3 borderless. Now, being a draft booster box, the number of foils was expected to be pretty low. However, in this box, we did see 12 foils, which is an average of 1 in every 3 packs. Moving into coverage, in the non-foil space, we saw 233 unique cards out of a possible 343, which means that we saw 68% of the cards we were eligible to pull. Our highest coverage, excluding basic lands, was a tie between blue and green, with each showing us 87% of their cards. We also saw 3 of the 22 borderless, giving us 14% coverage in that category. In the foil space, again, we only saw 12 out of a possible 343 cards, which gave us a 3% coverage rating. This time, our highest coverage was in the non-basic land category, seeing 2 of the 15 possible cards for 13% coverage. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in the non-foil space, we saw 100% of the commons and 92% of the uncommons. We also saw 31 rares for 35% coverage and 5 mythics for 10% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 4% of the commons, 5% of the uncommons, and 3 rares for 3% coverage. In total, this box contained 34 rares and 5 mythics. From a duplication perspective, none of our foils were repeated. However, 139 of our non-foils were duplicated 295 times for an overall box duplication rate of 55%. All of this duplication led to 42 playsets of common cards in the box. None of the non-lands were repeated more than 4 times in the box. However, 4 of our panorama lands were repeated 5 times in these 36 packs. Before we take a look at the value that we saw in this box, let's baseline with a look at the market value of the cards we were eligible to pull in a draft booster box. Please keep in mind that the prices on your screen are still pre-release prices. Now, this chart shows all 343 cards that you can pull out of a draft booster pack. Currently, this means that you can see 26 cards valued over $10, 24 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 30 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 263 cards are valued less than $1. In this analysis, I also wanted to share the trend of the card prices over the past 5 days for the entire set. This chart shows each category of card and their total value between February 4th and February 8th. The 261 cards from the main set have been doing quite well, seeing an overall increase in value of $25.68 in the last 5 days. The showcase cards have also seen gains of $18.54 in the 39 card category. The 22 borderless cards have dropped about 5% or $9.89 in total value. The 6 Phyrexian text cards are pretty stable, only seeing a 1% drop in this time period. The 5 concept Praetors, of which we have yet to pull one on the channel, have dropped about 8% or $17.16 in value. The largest monetary drop is in the Step and Complete foil space. The cards in this category have dropped from a total value of $1,414 on February 4th to $1,275 on February 8th. This is a drop of about 10%. Now, the 34 rares in the extended art space are starting to see some life, with a gain of $16.85. It may not seem like much, but that's an increase of 43% in 5 days. The basic lands and jumpstart cards are doing what you'd expect, virtually nothing. Overall, the 454 cards are performing pretty well during this pre-release window, only losing $106.38 of their value in the last 5 days, which is only about a 4% swing. I'll continue to report on this metric for a few weeks so we can all see how volatile this set has been during the first 3-week period. Now that we have an understanding of the value that we could have seen in this box, as well as the set trend, let's take a look at the actual value that we saw in this draft booster box. We saw 4 of the 26 big hits in the non-foil space, including the Venerated Rot Priest at $12.44. We saw the Phyrexian Vindicator, valued at $12.82, and Vraska Betrayal Sting at $13.44. Our biggest hit was the Iger Moon Gauntlet, valued at $22.90. We also saw 4 cards valued between $5 and $10 in this box, as well as 16 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 504 non-foils that we saw were all valued less than $1. In foil treatment, we didn't see any of the big hits. However, we did see Skrelv's Hive, valued at $5.66, as well as the Sea Chrome Coast, valued at $3.03. The remaining 10 foils in the box were valued under $1. So how did this box perform? Well, I purchased this box from a third-party seller called MTG Biz on Amazon for $114.36. The current market price for these boxes is $110.36. Today's draft booster box contained 36 packs with 15 cards each, allowing us to see 540 cards. Currently, the tokens do not have market prices established, so we'll be skipping them from a value perspective. The 36 non-foil and 1 foil basic lands have a current market value of $20.37. The remaining 11 foils have a combined market value of $12.20. And for the non-foils, we're going to break down the value by rarity. In the common space, we saw 348 cards, and they have a combined value of $67.45. In the uncommon space, we saw 108 cards, total value of $29.03. And in the rares, we saw 31 cards for $58.55 in card value. And in the mythic space, we saw 5 cards, equaling $67.47 in value. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $255.07, again using pre-release prices, which means that for now, this box is a gain of $140.71 and a return of 223%. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 19 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined value of $130.04, which means that those 19 cards more than paid for the box. It also means that they represent 51% of the current box value. Stay tuned to the channel for more Phyrexia All-Obi-Wan box openings and more MTG box analysis. Until next time, do something amazing.